What's up? Yes, and Benjamin Best, baby.
All right, welcome back to another episode of the Benjamin Betts podcast. I am your co-host, Corey, here with my kind of sick co-host, Jared, a little under the weather. You doing okay? You gonna hang in there?
Yeah, I lost my voice screaming at the Raiders game, screaming at the Eagles game. I thought it was going to happen, Corey, this past week.
This was a brutal one. We'll go through it here. If you're new to the show, we do a 6-team parlay every week, and then we do a make the mortgage bet, which is a 2-team teaser. And our 6-team parlay, we have been trying to hit this now for a year and a half. Based on the odds that we have with this, Jared determined we have 3 years to hit on this before it's not profitable for us. So we're about halfway into that now, which is a little depressing. But this was the week that I thought it was going to happen. We had a guest last week who picked our turkey trio because we avoided it because we went 0-3 in a very bad way last Thanksgiving. His name was Marcus. Marcus did all right. He hit on his cowboy tees. He hit on the Detroit one, I think, but then he did miss on the Seahawks because he picked the Seahawks, and foolish him. We got obliterated. So now we move in to the coming week. But then, Jared, we were cooking, man. Our Black Friday game hit. We picked Miami. No question there. That was a slaughter. Then the two kind of ones, in my opinion, that were questionable were your picks. And these were great. Steelers, you had them -1.5. We hit. Colts -2.5. We hit. Thanks, Baker. We appreciate you, man. So we were 3-0 going into the afternoon games. All we needed was the Browns and Broncos to be under, was it 35 points, 35.5? These teams,
36, 36.5.
Cleveland's all defense. That went south on us. And
I understand the Broncos are a surging team right now, but how do you let them put up 29 points in you?
I have no idea.
Are you going to blame that? You blaming the altitude? Is this an altitude argument?
You're blaming you're blaming the altitude for sure.
Frustrating.
It was frustrating. And then the Raiders and Chiefs. Raiders are guaranteed under 20 points every week. They did their part here, but then the Chiefs decided, we can actually score the ball. And I'll get into that here in a second. So that ruined it. We were over there, but then we did hit though on the Bills. We had them at +3.5, even though that game got weird at the end. We did cover by 0.5 point. So we went 4-2. The mortgage missed because the Bears and Vikings decided to play a game from the 1985 season and not score any points. So
field goals.
Depressing. But we'll head in now to week 13. Before we start, we have a guest here. Frank O'Hare. Frank O'Hare is here, a.k.a. Tyler Mitchell, a.k.a. Tyler Mitchheaven. Tyler, welcome to the show, man. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well. Sorry, I gotta turn up the volume a little bit. I'm in this fantasy football league with two of my friends, and I've got so many championship rings that are clogging up my ears.
Tyler and I played last week. It was a little depressing. I knew I was ahead early, but Tyler had all his players to play.
That's just because you had players playing on Thanksgiving and I did not.
It was so dumb. I played the wrong quarterback. I played the wrong wide receiver. I don't think it would have mattered anyway. You had Keenan. How many catches did Keenan Allen have? 19?
Yeah.
19 catches for 22 yards.
I didn't even need to play him.
It was so stupid. Yeah, you didn't even need to play him. So whatever. But you are, I think, at the head of our league right now. Jared and I, we're in the muck here. But
yeah,
I do want to bring up something though. Did you know that in our fantasy league, the biggest point spread in a single week between like a winning and a losing team? 85 points. Do you know who that was? That was me beating our guest in week 5 of our fantasy, 158-73. So I just throw that out there.
That can't be true.
100%. 100%.
True.
You may only have 2 losses this season, but I was teabagging you that whole week.
And thanks to Corey and our little bet, our degenerate bet, Corey. I'm playing on company time this week or this year. Thanks to Corey thinking me in fantasy.
Did you notice I didn't offer you a bet this time? I was like,
I was waiting for the text. It never came.
You know what though, Tyler? You know we play one more time. Do you know this? The final week of the season, which will mean nothing for you. It will mean maybe everything for me. And if I have a chance at the playoffs, I may offer you a little wager, but we'll see. Jared and I played this week, so I don't know. It could.
I still think though there are situations where it is beneficial to finish number 1 seed as well.
The first 2 seeds get a bye, so you do want to get the first or second seed for sure, Tyler. So, all right, man. What we're gonna do, because we got our amazing guest here, Tyler, who actually has some sports betting experience. Down, can I mention this? Is this illegal?
Sure. What is it called when the statute of limitations has since passed?
Is that since passed? Tyler worked for a company, in Costa Rica?
Yeah.
Laying down odds before it was a cool or something.
2012, I worked for a sports book in Costa Rica. Long story short, I watched the movie Boiler Room, and then that inspired me to become the highest rated salesman there in the company. I was the only person there from the United States. And let me tell you, the Costa Ricans did not like me. Did not
like. How long were you there? Was it a year?
Total was 9 months there. I made more money my entire life, and I used that money to go to a study abroad program in Costa Rica, where I achieved my Spanish credits. Where eventually let me go back to Baylor to graduate.
There you go, man. So we got the ringer here on the show today. Tyler should have the ends here on all these spreads, but what we're gonna do is we have our 6-team parlay. I'm gonna pick 2, Jared will pick 2, and Tyler will pick 2. And then we will see if we can pull this off for the first time.
I like it
in a year.
I like the Mitch Heaven mojo. Yeah, I'm feeling it right now.
But
this is almost like free money for your viewers. I hope they like free money.
I hope they do too. So now we have a Thursday game, but that's going to get picked at the end for a Tyler Mitchell mortgage bet. Is that correct? Okay.
Well, I don't know if the audience knows where you're from.
Yeah,
they know.
They know. We all know that we're a little. When I say we as the Seahawks, they understand. They don't know that you're a big Cowboys fan, so they do now. So this is going to be a game. Loser has a thing that they're going to do to the other one or something.
Yeah,
is that?
I hope it's I hope the thing that you're thinking of is the thing that I'm thinking of.
It's the thing
I'm thinking of is.
It might be the thing I'm thinking of.
I hope so.
All right, so this game is off limits until the end, okay? Okay, Jared, so you have to avoid it. All right, Jared, why don't you kick us off since you have the no voice? You go first. That'll give you a breather to then go fourth, if that makes sense.
Oh, does
that not make sense?
that is so kind, so kind of you all. I will absolutely go first, and we lost. This team did us dirty last week. I don't think they're going to do us dirty 2 weeks in a row. I'm going to the game in LA this week in our afternoon slot.
Okay.
Cleveland traveling to play the Rams. We got baited into the under. Freaking Russell Wilson shows up and puts on a show. But I don't think that's going to happen with the Rams. Okay. The over-under here is set at 39.5. I think Cleveland gets back to strong defense. I think this game ends 17-7. One team or the other. Cleveland has shown they're not doing anything on offense.
Yeah.
Even though they're playing a worse Rams defense, I'll take the under here.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, I think if you were going to start a all defensive squad, you're probably picking Myles Garrett and Aaron Donald here, maybe 1 and 2. Maybe Micah Parsons is in there too. So I think defense probably does win the day here. Cleveland not going to put up points. So it's all just going to be, will Stafford be able to get the ball moving on them and probably not. So, or let's hope not. So I like that. I like that. Okay.
Give me the under.
All right. I'll go next. Then Tyler, you go after me. Okay.
Sounds good. Unless you take who I'm about to pick.
I am going Houston, Denver.
That's a good pick.
Is that okay?
Let's see who you got.
I know the hot team is really both of these. CJ Stroud. CJ Stroud has been playing really, really well. Denver is 6 games in a row right now, I think is their win streak. But give me Houston minus 3.5.
Wow.
I think they're motivated. They did lose last week to Jacksonville. I don't know if I believe in Denver. I do and I don't. I think they're hot. Sean Payton, they're doing their things, and Russ is Russ. But this feels like a drop-off game. This feels like you have Houston coming in from a loss, Denver coming in on a high. Houston's going to show they have the better quarterback, even though he's a rookie. And I'll take the 3.5 points. Here we go. Give me Houston Texans to cover the spread here.
Okay.
Astute. That's astute. I hope we're doing a teaser on this one, though.
But we can.
Because we're going to the game of the week. Tyler Nomadic is picking the game of the week. It is the 49ers against the Eagles.
Wow.
Okay.
The biggest game, the only game to watch this week. And I'm telling you this, write it down, take a picture. Brock Purdy will outperform Jalen Hurts.
Wow.
Write it down. I'm taking the 49ers to cover the -3 spread because the Eagles are tired. They just got done with back-to-back games, Buffalo, Kansas City, both tied games. I just think that the San Francisco 49ers are going to prove that they are the dominant team of the NFC and come out on top, not only by 3, but I'm thinking double digits.
Well, Tyler,
wow.
I like that too. And you know what? So we have a partnership with FanDuel, even if they don't know it. And the FanDuel line is -2.5 San Francisco. So you get a little bit more love right there. So win by a field goal, win the bet. I like it.
Again, I would even can you sell points in this? Because I would sell points.
We can't. I mean, we don't do that, but we could. We could totally do an alternate spread here for you. Maybe what would you take that up to? What would you want to do?
I genuinely 9.5, and not only that, I think that we're going to see 0 rushing touchdowns out of Jalen Hurts. No brotherly shove this weekend.
Wow.
49ers D is going to come out stout.
Oh
Write it down. Take a picture.
If we did, what'd you say? -9.5, -9.5 for the Niners. Wow, we have plus 420 right there. Oh baby, that's how Tyler made all that money in Costa Rica. He'd get his
cooking.
Oh no! Hang on. The trick is you got to work for the house.
I know. Oh, got you.
That's the trick.
So don't bet this. put all your money on it. All right.
No, I mean, but in all reality, though, I do think though -2.5 San Francisco is actually a relatively safe play.
Okay, I like it.
The
I think that's smart too. The Eagles have not been blowing anybody out this season. Let's be real. I'm with you.
Games. All right, Jared, bring us back. Number 4, the 4 slot.
Now, my man Corey Dickman here always talks about going back to the well.
Go back to the well.
Going back to the well, and his well has been. Some of his wells went a little dry last week.
Some of his wells.
This is one that will not. And this is a shout out to our producer Mike. The Titans suck. It doesn't matter if they're at home or if they're on the road. Everybody here, I'm in the Nashville area, has given up. Everybody's looking way more forward to the new stadium being built than any game for the rest of the season. I understand this is a divisional game. Colts are contending for a playoff spot. Only -1.5. Only -1.5. That's easy. Colts -1.5 coming into Nashville. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
That is a crazy low spread there. I was actually shocked. If you had told me to pick that, I would have said -4.5.
Yeah, more than a field goal. Come on, man.
Yeah.
So I'll take the Colts -1.5 easy.
Okay. There is a team here that is in contention, playing against a team that has no idea who they are. But then there was this. So I had this picked: Atlanta -3 against the Jets. But then I get this notification about 10 minutes before we record that Aaron Rodgers is taken off the IR. And is that like motivate? I still cannot believe if this man really tore his Achilles that he's coming back at the age of 40 with like 4 months of rest. There's no way. But do they do that? And now the Jets all of a sudden are like motivated. They're like, oh shoot, we got Rodgers coming. We gotta go. I don't think so. Give me Atlanta -3 at the Jets. I think the Jets are a sham. Tim Boyle, like Tyler, you could go out there and play quarterback for the Jets and be better than Mr. Boyle. So Atlanta has a good defense. They do play these really weird games, so we probably will get screwed on this one. But I like Atlanta. Give me -3 in that game. Bijan, huge game from Bijan.
I don't. Bijan Fraze, the dog is showing up. I agree, and also I'm going to piggyback on that pick. I've done the research. I've done the scouting. I'm sticking with that game as well. It's a 12 o'clock game in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Do you guys recall this past week there was a line in college football set at 28.5 by Iowa, the lowest in the 20s of an over-under of all time in college football.
Wow.
This over-under is set at 33.5. That's 33.5 points. There is no doubt the Philadelphia or the Atlanta Falcons and the New York Jets are going to surpass that. Bring in Rodgers, bring in Dalton, bring in what's that kid's mom's name? Bring them all in. They're going to get more than 33 points in the first half. Take the over in that game. Close out.
Oh, yeah, baby. Okay, over 34. I like this. So, Tyler, we've done this one other time where we did the Raiders under in the money line.
And then I think we took them with the points.
We took them with the points and we hit both. So I'm a fan of this.
And this is good because for me, I like to see the two of you working together before things get ugly here in a minute. It's good. It's good to see you working together.
I did make a phone call to East Rutherford. I have a friend there. His name is Jonathan O'Shaughnessy. And he is a meteorologist there in New York City. And he told me that the chance of precipitation is at 15% on that noon o'clock start time, but the chance could go down to 0 and it could be a crystal clear day. If you take the under on a crystal clear day, you don't deserve to be in this business. You don't deserve to be in this industry. Get out of town. Take the over.
I love it. I love it. Okay, I'm going to do the mortgage bet here, our two-team teaser, and then Tyler gets to do his mortgage, but then maybe I'll pick something off his mortgage, depending on what he's picking, but we'll see. I want to go to Detroit, New Orleans. I was high on New Orleans beginning of the year. Jared, I think you were too. I think we liked the squad.
I was.
I'm off the train. I'm just off the train. I don't believe anymore. I think they want the Falcons to win that division, and I think they're going to give it to them. So give me Detroit. They're -4.5. We're going to tease that down 4.5 points. So pick them now. Just give me the Detroit Lions at New Orleans. I know that stadium used to be so threatening, but I just don't. I don't think they got the juju down there where the voodoo juju was invented.
Hey, that's because there's no longer a breeze rolling through the stadium there. There's nothing to worry about.
What if he came back? I bet he could come back and play. I think he
could come back and play. Now, absolutely.
Now, don't get me wrong. I love a good Derek Carr check down to Alvin Kamara all day long. And that should happen about 22.
That should not happen at all.
22 times in this game. But it will not matter. They're going to lose. So, Tyler, sorry.
Sorry. Speaking of Juju, he's currently playing for the New England Patriots.
Juju. Juju Smith-Schuster.
Is that what you were talking about?
Yeah, that's the wrong Juju, but you're right. You're right.
They could use all the Juju they could get in New England right now.
We're going to pair this with probably the team that's in the AFC Championship game. I think it's this team versus Jacksonville. I'm on Jared's bandwagon, the Jacksonville team. Dolphins, Jacksonville, AFC Championship game. But before we get there, we got to have the Dolphins beat the Commanders. And they covered 9.5 last week against the Jets. Commanders are still bad, but maybe not as bad. But let's tease that down a little bit. So now we got -5 points. They win by a touchdown. Very feasible. I like it. Sam Howell can put up points. Maybe there's a garbage time score here that could be a little scary. But I like the Dolphins -5 at the Commanders. I think the Dolphins are ready. They've weathered the storm. Tua has stayed healthy. They did lose, I think, Phillips, one of their good defensive ends, or maybe a linebacker, but the Commanders are just ready for the offseason. I think they've ready to pack it in. So give me Dolphins -5. So mortgage bet. Put your mortgage down, Tyler, wherever you're living. I know you're all over the place, but put your money here to cover your rent, and you'll be good. So Detroit, 0 points. Or, they have to, it's a pick 'em. And then Miami -5. It's +100. Two-team teaser. Make your mortgage.
I like it. I like it. Tyler Mitchell, where are you at for your mortgage?
Well, it's funny you say that. Where am I going to put my mortgage? This is the pick that has sent me from the outhouse to the townhouse from the outhouse to the townhouse to the uphouse to the mansions. This is the pick that has led me to freedom time and time again. It is the Dallas Cowboys and the over. Every single week, Dallas Cowboys over. It's been 80%. Don't quote me on that, but it's been 80% of the time the Cowboys over hits. So my mortgage bet is Cowboys who are going to cover the 9 points, or I guess you have to do money line. But Cowboys and the over 47.5. I'm predicting that game. The Cowboys are going to win. They're going to give up 3 points to start, so it's going to be 3-0 Seattle, and then they're going to rip off 45. It's going to be 48-3.
48
Write it down. Take a picture.
I was going to offer the olive branch, and I was going to say, well, let's take the over, but then give me Seattle +9. Give me Seattle +9, and we take the over. There could be a world where we both win. That, Tyler.
Yeah, listen. The House of the Green Flag days are gone, Corey. this is mutiny here, and I care about numero uno in this house.
Okay, so your mortgage is over 47.5, and Dallas minus how many?
Can I put the parlay? I think I have to put the parlay together with the money line, or can I do the?
I think you can do all. So you can do over 47.5, and then your alt spread could be Cowboys what? Give me how many you think they're going to win by. What do you feel comfortable juicing this to?
I mean, he said 42.
You said 42.
I'll tell you what. I'll be conservative at 30.
30. If we put that together, that is a plus $1,400 win there for a 2-team parlay at over 47.5 points. Dallas minus 30.
Give me 3 units on that. That's the mortgage.
3. You'll have your mortgage paid for the year, depending on wherever you live, or maybe not, depending on wherever you live. So
yeah, my little shanty apartment here would need upkeep.
We'll put that in as the Tyler mortgage bet. Tread carefully at 30.5, but we'll see. We'll see if the wheels could come off the Seahawks.
Have you seen Seattle play this year? Have you just watched any games? I mean, just anything.
I have sadly, and I will say, and this is like the stupidest cliche of all time, but this is so true for the Seattle Seahawks. If we just don't turn over the freaking ball in like the other part of the field, we're fine. The Thanksgiving Day game, the ball was in our territory the whole game because we just made stupid mistakes. No turnovers. This could be close. Really close. Maybe a big
close
dub.
by like
a big dub.
27, 28.
I'm thinking like Dak 3 or 4 rushing touchdowns. Just a lot of points from Dak.
No
Dak. Speaking.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, no Dak. I think Dak probably gets hurt in this game. And Cooper Rush comes in.
Listen, I may not share our guest's views on team, but as he said, the team that I care about right now is Jared Dowenhauer, and Dak Prescott is my fantasy quarterback. So let's go, baby.
Yes.
Let's go.
Yes.
I think we could. I could have had him, right? You had him, a trade to him. Or trade
I did.
To me.
I offered you a trade. with Dak Prescott in it. For Mixon, and you had it. You had it.
I had it. That would have been my season. That was just GG. Dang it.
That just reminded me that my fantasy quarterback is Jalen Hurts, whom I said Brock Purdy would.
Well, yeah, you win some, you lose some. All right. This is a good Week 13 Tyler Mitchell edition. This is great, man. Parlays in, mortgages all covered, mortgages all over the place. Tyler, thanks for hopping on the show with us, man. We appreciate it.
Man, appreciate you having me. Make sure you follow the YouTube channel, Tyler Nomadic, for all the travel, poker, any of those videos. I did deal the final hand of the World Series main event. That was me. One of the coolest things. So you'll see that video on my YouTube channel. Once again, Tyler Nomadic.
Yeah, we'll have to title this like Celebrity Tyler Mitchell on the podcast.
Yeah, Celebrity Picks. Yeah, for sure.
Celebrity Picks. Oh, you're like our game day. You're like our guest picker to come on.
I'm like Pat McAfee, but not as cool.
Yeah. We'll be sure to tweet out your brothers at Delta Tau Delta too. They'll be happy to see that you're succeeding on this.
All right. Good luck betting this week, everyone. We'll see you later.
This has been a Rogue Media Network production.
Frozen, heroes. Gonna tell you about Frozen, heroes. Gonna tell you about.
Hey, I'm Zach.
And I'm Mike.
And we have a fantastic new podcast to tell you about. Bros, Foes, and Heroes. It's the two of us. looking into the world of comics, breaking down some characters that you may have never heard of, and some that are just absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, so Zach comes up with a character each time, and I go into it just completely blind. I don't know who this person is or what their abilities are or anything, and basically I guess we kind of go over their origin story and just some of the ridiculous stuff that maybe, especially Golden Age stuff.
Oh, Golden Age stuff is always the best, and we will make sure to highlight all of the shenanigans and just absolute weirdness of everything.
Yeah, that's right. So subscribe today and follow us on Instagram at Bros Foes Heroes.
And if you don't, I know where you live. Not really, but please subscribe.
Bros and foes and heroes. Gonna tell you about bros and foes and heroes. Gonna tell you about.
Hi, I'm Hank. You might remember me from a show called King of the Hill. Check out a King of the Hill rewatch podcast. These boys ain't right, but they are funny. Find the podcast anywhere you get your podcasts or at roguemedianetwork.com. I tell you what.